Utah versus Kouri Richins. She is accused of killing her husband with a laced Moscow Mule. You might remember this case because she was out on a small local book tour regarding a children's book about grief that she wrote after losing her husband. There have been numerous hearings on this case with Judge M. Love Judge M, do not love the media rules in this court, not gonna lie, because Judge M has allowed no streaming, which means we have got to wait until the hearings are released. And today's hearing, we're going to hear the defense motions to suppress. So the defense has a motion to suppress the electronic data, like statements subsequent to arrest and taking the cell phone and the rest of it, and the walk the dog letter.
Sergeant Barrett, you're familiar with what I mean when I say the walk the dog letter, right?
We're on cross?
Yes. Docket 214, but every law nerd on the internet calls it the walk the dog letter.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bloodworth, what did you say?
When you searched...
Mr. Bloodworth, we do all call it the walk the dog letter. So yes, law nerds chat has made the hearing. Tell me you're a law nerd without telling me you're a law nerd in court. At the end of the day of hearings, the attorneys were talking about their briefing schedule, meaning their papers will be filed, making their arguments based on the witnesses that we heard. The witnesses today covered a variety of motions to suppress from the defense. The defense is broadly arguing to suppress the digital data, the statements made by Kouri Richins, and of course, that walk the dog letter, which, as Mr. Bloodworth has said, every law nerd on the internet just calls it the walk the dog letter. So do I think this channel's now been referenced twice in this case? Yes. Directly in court, yes. But it's because the law nerds are respectful and lovely and we stand. So the case for Kouri Richins is set to start testimony and opening statements in the beginning of May. Jury selection in April. Yes, it is up on appeal with regard to how that jury selection will happen, but we will see briefing on this, and then there will be another hearing with oral arguments. Today was just the evidence portion, so there's more to come with the motions to suppress, and we will see what the court decides. There's already been numerous arguments over the walk the dog letter, and we have seen that play out over the past year. Was it a year and a half ago? Then we will see the arguments with regard to the digital data and whether or not the cell phone 1 or cell phone 2 was properly seized. It doesn't seem like there's a ton of arguments there. Kouri Richins' statements when she invited law enforcement into her home to sit down and have a 3-hour chitty chat also doesn't seem like statements that are likely to get suppressed. So we will see all of the more granular arguments on that down the road. Yes, this is a typical part of the process as cases get ready to trial. Sometimes I cover cases as they go to trial. Sometimes we cover cases from the time that there is an arraignment. And when we cover it from arraignment all the way through, you see these iterations of the motions to dismiss, the motions in limine, the deciding a lot in advance what evidence is coming in, what evidence might not come in, and the arguments of the attorney. And you get some of an understanding of the case, some of the understanding of the attorneys and how the courtroom operates. The thing I appreciate about how Judge M's courtroom in Utah operates is that he is respectful always of the attorneys and patient, but also keeps them moving in the right direction. The turn of phrase is absolutely wonderful. The thing I do not appreciate, and I like this case, I like these lawyers, I like this judge, and then all of the rules about no streaming. We hate having to wait to the end, and then it has to get uploaded and it takes days. We would just love to, even if they're on a delay, to have them streamed. It just makes the access so lovely. Thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed this episode and don't want to miss updates on your favorite cases, you're going to need the Law Nerd app at lawnerdapp.com. That way you can stay in the loop on the cases that matter most to you, and you never know when you're going to catch feelings for a new case. So make sure you get it for free on iOS and Android. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being a Law Nerd.